What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL and talking week one predictions because we are finally here. I can't believe it, folks, and I'm sure you can't either. And you need to subscribe, folks, because, again, I'm bringing you a lot of content now with the NFL season here. So you're going to want to stay tuned. You're going to want to follow me, guys, on my social media. Links is always down below on the stream. Best place to reach out to me, talk to me, ask questions. I'm always live tweeting during the games. Hopefully it's entertaining for you guys, so go ahead and reach out to me. So, again, if you're new, this is a segment I do every year on my channel, which is I give you guys my picks. I give you guys literally my picks for every single week of the NFL season. I track how I do every year. It's been 2 years in a row now. I've done this, and I've predicted 60% of the games. Now, that's straight up, right? Money line. But I also give you guys my picks against the spread. So I'm going to give you guys every single game and my picks against the spread, but also the picks straight up. So if you guys are into that, and if you guys do, bet, that is going to really help you guys out. So look forward to this video every single week. Obviously before the Thursday game, and now we've got the Thursday game going, and then I try to get it out, as soon as I can. But sometimes, you never know. So with that being said, I don't want to wait any longer. Let's talk about my week one predictions. And we start with the Thursday night opener in which the Houston Texans are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And now when I talk about the home and away teams, this year, unlike any other year, it is going to be different because of obviously the pandemic. And so there won't be any fans. Now, some teams will have some capacity of fans, like 10, maybe 15, 20%. But for the most part, a lot of teams won't have fans. So the normal home field advantage won't mean as much this year because you won't have that advantage with the fans. So just take that into account and remember that, because I'm going to obviously bake that into my analysis as well. All right, so Kansas City is the home team here, but again, doesn't mean much as it did in years past. So it is a 9.5 spread in favor of Kansas City, which is a very, very large spread. And here, look, I get it. The Chiefs are the defending champs. They're the best team in football. They're favored to win the Super Bowl again. So I get all that. But when I take a look at the Houston Texans, even though they made a dumb mistake by trading away DeAndre Hopkins, which they are going to regret, they still can put up points, and they still do have pieces. You still got Will Fuller, who, when he's healthy, he can get behind the defense. You got Brandon Cooks. So you have some burners on the outside. You got Randall Cobb. Again, he's like 80 years old at this point, but somehow always ends up this season with like 800 yards, and you never see it. And then they obviously traded for David Johnson, who is hoping for a resurrection. And, of course, didn't even mention Deshaun Watson, the best player on the Texans, who obviously they just extended. And so, again, I'm not picking the Texans to win this game. The Chiefs are going to win this game, but I'm just saying that I like the spread, and I think the Texans can cover that 9.5, because I think this is going to be a mini shootout, if you will. And I think we're going to see that, but I think the Texans can't put a point. So give me the 9.5, but give me the Chiefs to win this game. Let's move on to the Sunday night games. And we've got the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. And this is, again, a game which has, to me, shootout implications. The spread is -2 in favor of Seattle, and I will take that and the Seahawks to win this game. They're just a better team to me. I think the Seahawks are going to have the MVP of the league this year in Russell Wilson. That's just how strongly I feel about him. The Falcons, again, similar to the Texans, can't put up points, but their defense can't stop anybody. So Russell Wilson is going to get the better end of this matchup, and the Seahawks will win this game. Okay, let's move on to the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. -8.5 in favor of the Ravens. Look, folks, I am in on the Browns this year. I think they make the playoffs, and I think they are going to be a legit team this year. I know a lot of people want to laugh at that, but the Browns are stat, folks. I'm sorry. They just are. Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, who they added this year, David Njoku, 2 good skill players at literally every position. If Baker Mayfield can just not turn the ball over like he did last year, this team is headed for success. Now, again, similar to the Chiefs Texans, I'm not going to pick them to win this matchup. The Ravens are still the better team with the MVP in Lamar Jackson, but I believe the Browns can cover this 8.5. So I'll take the Browns to cover, but I got the Ravens winning this game in Baltimore. All right, let's move on to the Jets at the Bills. -6.5 in favor of the Bills, and I think they covered that, folks. I'm sorry. Listen, Jets, they're just a mess, all right? They don't want to start Le'Veon Bell. They're thinking about starting 60-year-old Frank Gore. They don't have any receivers, right? Jamison Crowder is probably their best guy. I just feel bad for Sam Darnold at this point. I really do. The Jets are just awful. And the Bills, to me, again, I'm not a huge fan of how the Bills are, but they're still a solid team with a solid defense. And they added Stephon Diggs this year, so the offense got a little bit better. So I like the Bills to the cover. I just think the Jets are a mess. Let's move on to the Las Vegas Raiders at the Carolina Panthers. And the Raiders are favored in this game by 3. Give me the Panthers, all right? Just give me the Panthers here because I'm not big on either team. But if you're going to make me pick, I will still take the team with Christian McCaffrey, Teddy Bridgewater, who's a solid, steady quarterback. They have DJ Moore on the outside with Robbie Anderson, who they added this year. I like the team. I like the guys for the Panthers. And we know the Raiders aren't very good defensively. Offensively, you got, Derek Carr there, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, but other than that, Darren Waller on the outside. So to me, not that impressive offensively. They added they added Henry Ruggs this year. Hopefully he's going to be good. He's a burner for them. But give me the Panthers in this matchup. Next up, we got the Bears at the Lions. And for some reason, the Lions are favored in this game by 3. All right, take the Bears all day, folks. They're going to win this matchup. The Mitch Trubisky got announced as a starting quarterback, folks, and he owns the Lions in his career. If there's one team that cannot talk any crap to Mitch Trubisky, that is the Detroit Lions because he owns them. A perfect 3-0 record against them. 9 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, just a little less than 900 yards. Pass rating's great. Everything checks off for Mitchell Trubisky, who is going to dominate, hopefully, in this matchup against the Detroit Lions like he always does. And not to mention the fact that the Bears got better offensively. They added a rookie tight end in Cole Kmet. You got Jimmy Graham. Hopefully, he's still got some gas left in the tank. David Montgomery, we don't know if he's going to play or not. Hopefully, he does. And then you got Allen Robinson on the outside with Anthony Miller. They added, Ted Ginn, Darnell Mooney's there. The Lions also did get better for sure. They're getting their quarterback back, which is the best addition of all in Matt Stafford. And they drafted DeAndre Swift. But now you got like a 3-headed running back monster in Swift and Adrian Peterson, who they just added. And you got Kerryon Johnson there. So, again, not sure what they're doing with the run game. But for the most part, the Bears defense is still formidable. I got the Bears winning this game, folks. I just do. And, again, the line doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to be taking the Bears. I'm going to be betting the Bears in this one. Let's move on to the Colts at the Jaguars. The line is -7.5 in favor of the Colts, and I am taking that, all right? And if the line was 9 or 10, I might take that too because the Jags are awful. They are the worst team in the NFL by far. You know it, and I know it. You pretty much can't name anybody on the team. They'll be starting James Robinson as their starting halfback after they let go of Leonard Fournette. So the Jags are just awful. There's nothing else that needs to be said. So the Colts, who have a Phillip Rivers now, upgraded at quarterback. They drafted Jonathan Taylor. They've got some good pieces there, a good defense, solid coach. So, again, they should roll. All right, moving on to the Packers at the Vikings. It's a tough one. Division game. Vikings are favored by 3. I think I'd take the Packers to cover that, honestly. In terms of who I picked to win this game, probably take the Packers. I still think they're the better team. You got the better quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. I think the running game, Dalvin Cook is a better running back, but you take a look at the fact that, Aaron Jones and now they drafted A.J. Dillon. That's a nice 1-2 punch. And then both teams have number one alpha receivers, right, in Devontae and Adam Thielen because Diggs got traded from Minnesota. So for the most part, again, these teams are evenly matched up. The defense for the Vikings got worse. The Packers' defense is still solid. So I think that just gives me the edge for the Green Bay Packers. So I'm going to take the Packers in this matchup. Let's move on to the Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Patriots are favored in this game by 6.5, and these are not your granddaddy's New England Patriots because Tom Brady is no longer with them. You've got a new starting quarterback in Cam Newton. And, folks, I like the Patriots. With Bill Belichick, obviously the greatest coach of all time, you never want to bet against them. But give me the Dolphins with the points here. All right, the Patriots could still win this game, but 6.5 is a pretty large spread. I like what Brian Flores and that team is doing down in Miami, building a nice culture. Ryan Fitzpatrick, plays very up and down, but sometimes when he gets hot, you know what he can do, and he's done this before. So I think this got a chance for an upset. I'm kind of chickening out and not picking it, but I'm going to take definitely the Dolphins to cover here. They're an improved team, improved defense, improved overall. And then finally, for the 1 o'clock games, we got the Eagles at the Redskins. The Eagles are favored by 6 in this one. I'll take the Eagles to win this game, and I think they cover here. They're going to be missing some pieces, but again, I think they should have enough firepower for a Washington football team. And did I say the Redskins, by the way? If I did, my mistake. The Washington football team, okay? That is the name. And the Eagles should have enough with Zach Ertz and Deshaun Jackson and Miles Sanders to be able to beat them with Carson Wentz. The Washington football team, I mean, what can I say, folks? I mean, rebuilding, nice defense, but offensively challenged. Dwayne Haskins, not a big fan. Terry McLaurin's the only receiver there. So, to me, give me the Eagles. All right, moving on to the 4 p.m. games. We've got the Chargers at the Bengals, -3 in favor of the Chargers. I think the Chargers win this game, but I do think the Bengals have a chance to cover here. They've got a very, very good group of talented offensive players. Obviously, with Joe Burrow, the #1 pick, you got Tyler Boyd there. A.J. Green's back. They drafted T. Higgins. You got Joe Mixon. But the Chargers defense is very good. It's just very good. So, again, close matchup here, but give me the Chargers to win this one. Moving on to the Bucs at the Saints. This is going to be probably the game of the week. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. Spread is -3.5 in favor of the Saints. And, folks, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a very tight game, but give me the Saints. So, points-wise, probably take the Bucs here, but Saints win this game. I think everybody, including myself, actually, is just on the Bucs, bandwagon and train and just thinks that the Bucs are going to be amazing. And they very well could be, but I think the Saints want to remind everybody that this is their division and they're still the team to go through for anybody to win this division. So I think this is going to be that statement game for the Saints right off the bat against the Bucs. All right, let's move on to the 49ers at the Cardinals at the 49ers. The spread is -7 in favor of the 49ers. And, folks, give me the Cardinals to cover that because the Cardinals are an improved team. Kyler Murray going into year 2. They traded for DeAndre Hopkins. This team is much improved here defensively as well, drafting Isaiah Simmons in the first round. So I like the Cardinals this year. I think the 49ers have a very good shot of getting the Super Bowl hangover, right? They're missing Deebo Samuel, most likely. We don't know if Brandon Ayuk's going to suit up. So receivers are very thin for the 49ers, and we'll see what happens. But give me the Cardinals to cover. And then Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Rams, -2.5 in favor of the Cowboys. Look, the Rams, to me, this year, they're going to struggle. Just not a big fan. Again, I love Sean McVay, but just personnel-wise, again, his team is a bit of a mishmash here. It's going to be a close game for sure. The Cowboys are stacked on offense. 3 good receivers. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, a top 5 running back in Ezekiel Elliott. So it's going to be a very, very tight game, folks, honestly. 2.5 in favor of Dallas. I'll probably take the Rams to cover that, but it's going to be a very tight game. Moving on to the Monday night games. Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Giants. -6 in favor of the Steelers, and I will take the 6 points, folks. I'm all in on the Steelers this year. I think they're making the playoffs. Big Ben's back. You got Juju, James Conner. The Steelers are going to be good. The Giants, not as much, all right? They are rebuilding for sure with Daniel Jones and company. Saquon's nice, but it's not going to be enough. Give me the Steelers. And then finally, Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Going to be a close game. -2 in favor of the Titans here. But the Broncos have a revamped offense. We know that. We got Drew Lock going into year 2. Jerry Jeudy, they drafted. Cortland Sutton's still there. But they just lost Von Miller for what looks like to be the entire year. So that's going to be a big loss for them. So I think the Titans win this game, folks. At -2, I'll take that for the Titans. Could the Broncos cover that? Absolutely. It could be a close game. But again, I don't have a strong feel here one way or another, but I am leaning the Titans to win this game behind a big dose of Derrick Henry. So there you have it, folks, my picks and predictions for week 1 of the NFL season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know down below.